Hello, and welcome back to That Intel Guy. Today we're diving into the second extremely bold and precise covert operation this year. On June 13th, 2025, the world woke up to shockwaves, literally. Explosions had lit up the Iranian skyline, key military figures were gone, nuclear sites crippled, and Iran's air defences basically asleep at the wheel. How did this happen? It wasn't just about fighter jets, it was about pre-placed Israeli commandos, hidden drone vans in Tehran, and Mossad's years of intelligence work, all leading up to a moment that changed the strategic landscape overnight. So let's get into it. For months, tensions were brewing. Iran was edging closer to nuclear breakout, with uranium enrichment accelerating and talks with the US basically dead in the water. The IAEA had just accused Tehran of hiding parts of its nuclear program. Iran's defense minister even threatened to boldly target every US base in the region if war broke out. Meanwhile, Israel had been preparing something massive, Operation Rising Lion. What followed wasn't just an airstrike, it was a multi-layered operation involving stealth jets, cyber disruption, and covert agents acting from within Iran's own borders. At 2 a.m. local time, Israel launched its move. Over 200 fighter jets, F-35s and F-15Is, screamed into Iranian airspace. They struck over 100 targets, nuclear facilities, IRGC bases, and radar installations. But there's the twist. The air assault was only half the story. As the bombs were dropping, another direction of attack was already underway, from the inside. Mossad, Israel's legendary intelligence agency, had spent at least the last few months infiltrating Iran for this attack. They didn't just have spies, they had sleeper teams trained as commandos, lying in wait across the country. These agents had smuggled in drones, weapons and explosives, often disguised in fake utility vans, abandoned warehouses, and even modified civilian vehicles. In Tehran, Mossad operatives had set up covert drone dispersal vans. These weren't toys, they launched explosively laden kamikaze drones at key missile launchers, like those at a local military complex, right as the airstrikes began. Timing was everything, and Mossad nailed it. Ever wonder why Iran didn't respond immediately? Why radar sites were silent? It's because Mossad didn't just blow the stuff up, they sabotaged the coordination. Israeli agents pre-planted explosives near surface-to-air missile batteries, and even disguised vehicles packed with remote detonated charges, parked right next to critical radar stations. When the jets entered Iranian skies, boom, those vans exploded, blinding Iran's integrated air defense network. One senior Israeli official called it the highest level of penetration imaginable. Iran wasn't just unprepared, they were systematically taken offline before the first F-35s even crossed the border. Here's one of the wildest parts. Israeli intelligence reportedly tricked Iranian Air Force leadership into gathering for a training drill in one single underground bunker in Tehran. And once they were all inside, boom, one precise missile erased Iran's senior air command in one hit. That wasn't luck. That was intelligence fused directly into military planning. A decapitation strike based on pre-planted disinformation. Other strikes wiped out top nuclear scientists and IRGC leadership. Some killed as they slept, others while moving between sites Mossad had long been tracking. As if all of that wasn't enough, Israel's attack was also cyber-assisted. Iran's command and control was compromised. Early warning systems didn't relay alerts fast enough. Communication between regional units had broken down. There's evidence that Israeli cyber units jammed or spoofed radar and missile tracking systems. And those kamikaze drones, they weren't just tactical, they were psychological. Residents in Tehran saw fiery drones crashing into military buildings with zero warning. Israel created the illusion of an omnipresence. To many Iranians, it must have felt like the attack had come from within. By sunrise, Iran's top generals were dead, its nuclear infrastructure damaged or destroyed, and key missile launchers wiped out. Iran's response? It came. Ballistic missiles and suicide drones aimed at Tel Aviv and Haifa. Some had made it through, and civilians have died, but the scale of the retaliation was nowhere near the precision of the Israeli strike. The early hours of Operation Rising Lion weren't just an attack, they were a message. You're not safe, even at home. So what now? These strikes have likely caused significant damage to both military leadership and nuclear capabilities in the short to medium term. While it is possible that they will be able to rebuild and continue their quest for a nuclear weapon, the loss of experience and technology will take time to replace. Will this lead to a regional war? While there is always a possibility, it seems unlikely. There will likely be continued exchanges of missiles and airstrikes for days and maybe weeks, but it is unlikely that this will lead to a ground invasion from either side. Will the Iranian regime collapse? This also seems unlikely due to their size and control over the country. Though their authority is likely damaged, it will likely take a lot more to topple their leadership. If you found this breakdown informative, hit like, subscribe, and let me know who you think did it better, Israel or Ukraine. This has been That Intel Guy, and I'll see you next time. See you!